Look what they've done to my song, Ma. Look what they've done to my song. It's the only thing I could do half right, and they turned it out all wrong now. Look what they've done to my song. I bring that up because there was a song Melanie used to sing, maybe still sings. And there's another song of hers that I liked. I think it might have just been called Psychotherapy, where she basically makes fun of psychotherapy. And that's kind of on the subject of what I wanted to talk about. But I like the other song better, so I sang that. Anyway, it's something I've talked to people about a couple of times, and I was just thinking it might be a subject for here. There was a time that for some reason people used to always want to come to me with their problems. I don't know what it was. Like, especially when I was in college, there was just something. They would come and want to dump stuff on me, and I don't get it because, to tell you the truth, I'm really not that interested in other people's problems. I'm not that interested in my own problems. But anyway, you'd think that if people were comfortable bringing stuff like that to me, that maybe I should have become a psychologist or something. But I always figured that is the worst possible thing I could have gone into. And I like to tell a story about why. And let me just say, I've often said that if they had invented it when I was a kid, I think I would have had ADD. You know, my attention span wavers. I I know again, when I was in college, people would walk into my room. I'd have the TV playing, and there'd either be a record on the stereo or I'd have the radio playing, and I'd be reading a book. And they'd walk in and say, "How can you do this?" And I don't know, somehow the weird thing is I used to be able to keep track of all three things at a time. But anyway, oh, by the way, the book I was reading would probably not have been from any class. But like I say, so I think I had ADD without the HD. And the perfect example of that is the one time I went down to this one girl's suite that's with the apostrophe after the S. And used to, that at Robert Morris, the freshman and sophomore dorms were like the typical dorms that you picture with rooms on either side of a long hall, and each floor shared a bathroom. But the upper class, junior, senior dorms, they called them the suites, and they were kind of like apartments. There was 5 bedrooms around a common living room and sharing a bathroom. There was no kitchen or anything, but you had a door that separated you from all the other suites. You know, it was little separate units like that. Anyway, so this one time I went down to this one girl's suite, and I walked in. This girl that I knew, can't even remember her name now. She immediately like grabbed me, And she goes, "Oh, Muck, I got to talk to you." And she drags me into her room, not for any reason that I would have liked her to be dragging me into her room. And she says to me, "Why can't guys be satisfied with just one girl?" Or something along those lines. And I thought, I don't know, why are you asking me? But anyway, she starts telling me about problems she's having with her boyfriend, who she was halfway living with. She still had her place on campus, but spent an awful lot of her time in his apartment off campus. Anyway, she'd found a phone number in his wallet or something for this girl that he was working with, and she's going on about their problems and stuff. And after a couple of minutes, as she's pouring her heart out to me, my brain is saying things like, I hope they're going to have sloppy joes for today. Wonder what guys will be doing tonight. Maybe we can get a card game up, stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, I heard her say, "Now I regret getting an abortion for him." And my mind just like screeched to a halt. And I was just like, what? But I couldn't very well say to her, "Ooh, can you back up? I haven't been listening for the last 5 minutes." And like I said, that's when I decided, I was the wrong person to be confiding things in, because I don't listen. I tell you about the only thing I find less interesting than other people's problems is other people's dreams. Don't tell me your dreams. I kid a little bit about not being interested in my own problems. I'm not interested in my own dreams. I never remember them. I got over my dreams a long time ago. In fact, I'll tell you, I know when it was. That I hardly ever remember my dreams anymore. And it's because a long time ago, I think at least somewhere between 45 and 50 years ago, I was having a recurring nightmare. And I don't remember what it was, but I think it was just about every night I'd have this same one. And it was exactly the same. And it got to be where I knew what was going to happen. It was kind of like I was an observer of my dream. And I'd be sitting there watching, and I'd be thinking, oh, okay, this is the part where the tiger comes in now. Or, okay, this is where I fall off the cliff. Whatever was going on in the dream. Until after a while, the nightmare started to bore me. And I sort of took over. I started thinking, hey, you know what? Instead of a tiger tonight, let's make it a rhinoceros. Or hey, instead of falling off the cliff, how about, I have a parachute, whatever it was. Until eventually the dream just lost any hold over me. And I think that's pretty much when I stopped remembering my dreams at all. Anyway, so, like I say, my dreams have no interest in me. Your dreams don't. Only possibly, the only possible time your dream might interest me is if I'm in it, you're a beautiful young woman, and we're naked. Other than that, don't tell me the dreams. Anyway, to wrap this up, like I said, that's why I always thought I'd be a lousy therapist. But just recently, I was talking to somebody and I realized maybe I had it backwards. I probably would have been a great therapist because, people would come in and they'd be telling me all about, their husband or their parents or whatever. And I'd be sitting there going, uh-huh, And I wouldn't be hearing a word they're saying, but they'd leave my office thinking, he's great. He's the best listener in the world. I love this guy. And, every once in a while I'd give them some weird homework thing to do. Like I'd say, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go home and I want you to draw a picture of what you think the perfect date is, but only use red and black crayons. And, they'd bring it back the next week and I'd look at it and go, this is very interesting. I can really see what you're dealing with now. I think we can work on this. That'll be $350. See you next week. Because, really, most, if you know anybody that goes to therapy, how many of them they'll talk about how, yeah, I've been seeing this guy for 12 years. He's really great. If he was really great, he'd have been done with you 11 years ago. He's not doing anything for you. Anyway, that's my view on why I should or shouldn't have been a therapist. I don't know what the long pause was for. If you... That's all I got for you. Let's peace out.